We're back with what I'm attempting to be a second video, and I'm going to follow this sort of train of videos of my experiences being trans, being disabled, being whatever, to hopefully uh, help people connect and realize they're not alone, because I felt very alone in a lot of what I went through. So, again, the title's down below. When I came out, I felt I was 30 years behind everyone else. Other women had spent years figuring out what they liked, their style, their makeup, their voice, and their confidence. I expected from the October that I came out for it to be about 3 months and I'd have it all figured out. Turns out, you can't speedrun becoming yourself. So we're going to do something today that's going to hurt me emotionally, and oh boy, I'm going to show you some of the first stages of my transition, the first few months, the ones that I am, I don't know, most ashamed of, the pictures I don't like the most because I didn't know who I was yet. They're rough, in my opinion, and I think they're important because if you're getting started on your own journey right now, I want you to know that nobody figures out themselves overnight, and even more so, no one can figure out themselves sometimes in apparently 3 decades like I didn't. So, clothes. First, I have my script here, by the way. That's something that you might notice through these videos. I can't ramble quite eloquently. I didn't know what to buy when I needed to buy effeminate clothing. I had one pair of jeans, 2 hoodies, and about 20 shirts. That's it. I didn't even have any smart clothes or anything. So when I first came out, I raided Primark. I had absolutely no clue what I wanted. I just bought comfy things I could exist in: jumpers, cardigans, leggings. A skirt I thought was really cute, and now I still, I don't own most of these things anymore. I own that skirt still. I have nothing that goes with it, but I feel like now I can't get rid of it because it was the first skirt I've ever bought. Is the only thing that's holding me on to that one. They all barely fit. I didn't know my size. I didn't know what went together. And I definitely didn't know what I liked. And hopefully I've remembered to edit in pictures of all these things around me whilst I've been talking about them. It's the important bit though. I didn't know what I liked. I wasn't trying to find my style. I was just trying to dress like a woman. And those are two very different things in my opinion. I think what really got me past this was watching some of Icky's fashion videos at the time. She released them I can't remember when she released them, but when she released them, they struck a chord with me because they were talking about early transition, and she did a video about dressing your age, which I think actually it really hit close at home. But the cheat of it all was I found charity shops. And honestly, seriously, they're amazing. There's so many charity shops. Unfortunately, a bunch are shutting down, so you should definitely go show your support to as many as you can. They're amazing. They're cheap. If you don't like something, you can either donate it back or gift it on. There's no guilt, no wasting loads of money, and you end up trying clothes you'd have probably never picked overnight. In fact, most of the clothes that you see me wear are either charity shop clothes. Yeah, most of the clothes you see me wear are charity shop clothes, things that I found there because they're different, they're fun. And I have so many of my favorite clothes and things that I really hold dear. So I'm checking out my hair in the thing. Some things that I really hold dear came from charity shops, and they're wonderful and amazing. The charity shops gave me permission to be wrong without breaking the bank. And eventually I stopped asking, and I don't know when this was. I stopped asking, do I look like a woman, and more, am I happy with these clothes? And that's when I did my first get rid of my baby trans clothes era. I still have stripy knee-high socks. I feel like you have to own stripy knee-high socks at some point. But my wardrobe feels like mine, and I went from that one pair of jeans, what did I say, 2 jumpers, a bunch of shirts. I still own a bunch of the clothes I had when I was male presenting because there's no reason to get rid of them. A t-shirt, a Fallout 4 t-shirt will be worn by men and women alike. I will still wear that shirt out and about. But I now have a wardrobe full. I have a chest of drawers full. I'm very fortunate to be able to build that clothing supply up into what I now call a problem. So next, makeup. I don't think I can't see myself today, so I'm running off of hopefully me being out looking decent. Makeup. I had no fucking clue what I was doing. Look, his his pictures of what I did. I don't know why. Like, I don't know why I did that so much. It's almost like I did the thing of doing far too much to hopefully break through that barrier, just seeing what I saw online and then messing it up. I, for some reason, thought I'd be good at makeup immediately. I knew the ideas, I knew about blending, I knew what people did. But when it actually came to practice and putting it on yourself, I had no clue. I had this little list on my phone that I'd found on Google of apply these products in this order, which was great, except I had absolutely no clue how to put each of them on, how to blend each one together, and I'm still not good at it. I think I've messed up some of my blending today because I did my makeup super quick, but I don't mind anymore. And one thing is I used far too much blush. I went so heavy on the blush. I went like 2020's Eagle on the blush. But I started watching tutorials. I tried to copy those tutorials one to one, not realizing that their faces and their complexions didn't match mine. So a lot of those tutorials didn't fit or didn't work. Eventually, I tried to stop recreating someone else's look and started stealing loads of different bits from different creators. Right? I'll steal this bit from Eve. I'll steal this bit from Mickey. I'll steal this bit from these people. Like, I like that. I like that. That goes well. I put this on my face and it made me feel good. So I'm going to keep doing that until I find something else. And that's why I mainly have like one look that seems to have evolved over the last 3 years, because I just keep trying over and over again. I find a new technique here, new color here, new eyeliner trick there. And the eyeliner trick is I have very reduced vision in this eye. I go to do this eye. I go to do this eye. I can't see when I'm doing my eyeliner. But yeah, over time, without realizing, I managed to sort of learn makeup. I still don't think I'm great. I've got some makeup tutorials out there and I still don't think I'm great at it. I'd love for someone to sit down and just teach me how to do it. I would sit there for a week and listen to some makeup artist expert just fill me in on everything. I find it so fascinating. But it's my makeup, not anyone else's. It's how I do my face now. It's not me trying to imitate someone. And the biggest thing of makeup seemed to just be doing it again and again and again and again. And again, my eyeliner has gone from horrific to mildly acceptable. Someone said the phrase, they're sisters, not twins, is to be so right. I can never do my eyes the same, but as long as you look at it and you're like, it's good enough, you probably even, I'm going to point it out now, you're going to be able to see the difference in it. The next bit is quite big. It's quite deep talk and it's quite a big topic around the trans community, and that's passing. All of this, the clothes, the hair, the makeup, it all came from one place, and I wanted to pass. I wanted the world to see the woman that I was. And that's hard, because when you're finally putting yourself out there, every time you're misgendered, every weird look, every awkward interaction, it feels personal. People say passing isn't everything, and I genuinely agree. But when you're at that beginning, that's really difficult to believe. It took me about 2 years before passing stopped controlling how I felt about myself. I don't think that's because I suddenly passed. I think it's because I finally liked the person looking back at me, as I talked on before. I'm 6 foot tall. I've got broad shoulders. And those things aren't changing. And once I stopped measuring myself up against other people's ideas of womanhood, life got a lot easier. Which brings me on to my voice. As you may have noticed, I haven't voice trained. I've tried, I've struggled. It's probably been the hardest part of transitioning for me. One of my friends who's a voice coach says I just have a weak voice. I'm definitely using that as an excuse to put off learning. But that's the point. The voice stopped meaning I'll only be happy when, because passing stopped holding that power over me. I stream. I make YouTube videos. I exist online sounding exactly like this, and honestly, that's just so freeing. If I eventually get the voice I want, amazing. I'll be incredibly proud of myself. But I'm not waiting to live my life until that day arrives. So what started this video then is the next thing was personality. Who am I became a question. Do I have to change my personality? Do I have to stop liking certain things? Do I have to become more womanly? And ding, 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 that's the misogyny bell ringing again. Because no, I'm still me. I still love gaming. I love cars. Transition didn't replace my personality. It just gave me permission to stop hiding the parts of it. You don't become a different person. You become more yourself. And thinking that you can't now like certain things because they're not womanly, that is internalized and societal misogyny. You don't ever have to give up being yourself and the likes that you have. That's what I learned. I didn't really mention my timeline in the last video. I mentioned about socially transitioning, but I thought I'd go a bit more into depth on it in this video as well. I was figuring this all out before I ever had access to HRT. I am roughly coming up to my first year on hormones, and by the time I even started my hormones, my confidence had changed majorly. Like here's baby me, here's that's the worst way around to do it. Here's baby me, yeah, get over there. Here's baby trans me, here's me just as I was starting hormones, and here's me now. And it's not because I had looked completely different. That definitely played a part in it, but it's because I stopped trying to become someone overnight. I realized that this was a journey that was going to take the rest of my life. Hormones have helped emotionally, physically, and mentally, especially with everything life has thrown at me over the last year. HRT didn't make me magically me. That journey had already started. It was already on a path. I had already started to learn who I was, and the HRT was like the cherry on top, right? So when does that journey end? And I think I said it a minute ago, it doesn't. I started this journey thinking there'd be like this finish line of, oh, this is who I am now. One day I'll have clothes, makeup, voice, confidence, and then I'll finally be myself and I will stop changing. But that's not how life works. There isn't a finish line, and every year I look back and laugh at the version I thought of me who thought she had it all worked out. And honestly, I hope I keep doing that forever, because it means I'm still growing. I spent so long thinking I was 30 years behind everyone else, and looking back, I wasn't behind, I was just starting. If you're at the beginning of your own journey, whether that's transition or anything else, give yourself the permission to be bad at it, to experiment, to get things wrong, to wear awful outs, to do questionable eyeliner, and cringe at the old photos. It's good to look back and realize where you came from. You can't speedrun becoming yourself. And honestly, that's like the fun part of this all is time. Anyway, I don't know how long I've just rambled for. I don't ever plan out these videos really. I write like a rough script that you see me constantly looking at, and I just try and ramble at a camera. So hopefully this means something to someone. I absolutely loved reading everyone's stories in the last video. I'm not going to cry. I absolutely love reading everyone's story, seeing where you're at. Everyone who's struggling right now, I am with you. Share your struggles with whoever makes you feel safe. So if you feel safe sharing your journey, comment down below. Let's make the comments somewhere where people realize they aren't going through this alone. But yeah, go subscribe, leave a comment, leave a like, go follow me everywhere. But not in real life, because that's weird. And I will catch you in the next one, which I don't know what I'm going to do next. So let's see where we go. Bye. Do I just like keep? I can't see my face. I don't know what I'm doing right now. I don't know if I'm serving or looking stupid.